And there we go. I think we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Saturday night show with Wargamer Online. I'm hoping... Okay, there's been a little bit of messing around with technology because Amit's with me, which we'll introduce Amit shortly. But Amit is with me, and we've been trying some new stuff out so we can do guest appearances and stuff like that. And it turns out Amit's quite handy. So I've been getting him to help me with all sorts of bits and bobs to change things around. So hopefully, please can people say whether they can hear me and whether the sound is acceptable or not. Whilst we're waiting for that to happen and for people to tell us in the 20-odd 30-second delay that we've got, I will just quickly catch up on chat before we introduce Amit, if that's okay. So we've got people saying, hey guys, and all the rest. So let's have a little catch up on chat and we'll go from there. So Ralph Hummel was in very, very soon on. Amit, would you mind keeping an eye out if people say they can hear us okay? Yeah. We've got Ralph Hummel, who was in very, very early on. Reaper28 is in there as well. How did my second operation go? It wasn't an operation. I was in essentially to have a look at what had gone wrong. I now have an operation booked for the 19th of December. But thank you for asking. Marty Milligan joined the chat. And Wargamer Online is in. Hey, Wargamer Online. I'm pretty certain. I think that is me. We've got Gaffer87 in. So, hi, Gaffer87. Al Kirkham is in there. Good evening. Orc Boys is in as well. Let's have a Surreal. Hey, Surreal. How are you doing? There's a few people asking about the back and saying that's what Amit is here for. Yes, Amit has been here since last night. We've had a weekend of fun plus rest and relaxation for my back, but we will talk all about that during the show. Paul Collier is in, wishing us all good evening, and Graham Rigg is here as well, along with Roa and Acharya. I think I know that fellow. And who else have we got? Frank Storm saying hello, Jet Set Jimbo, Surreal coming around the corner again, and Scott Bale. I think it's Bale Sarva. I think I've been corrected, but please tell me if I've got that wrong this time. But Sam said I've been getting it wrong all along. We've got Retep 1001. Hi there, Furious Premium. George is signing in. Hey, Furious George, how are you? By the way, congratulations on your forum avatar. You win the internet for the day. Ralph's saying we're coming in loud and clear, so that's good. Thordalim is in on the chat as well, and I think we're almost there. Oh, Billy Lynch just saying, Phil, how's it going, Phil? I'm fine, thank you. So this is good news. But as you can see, check this stuff out. We've been messing around with technology. What, does it look okay? Answers on a postcard or in the chat will be far quicker. Void72 saying hello as well. So that's cool. Hey, Void72, how are you doing? So let's pop over and see what we've got. We have got Amit with us tonight, so let's introduce Amit.
Hello, everyone. Nice to speak to you all.
So, yes, Amit's with me. He's a million miles away from me as well. So hopefully this connection is going to work really well. Why does my hand come on from the wrong side?
It's a very long hand.
Answers on a postcard, please. But we'll...
There's a nice comment from Surreal saying that I look like the love child from Dracula and Bram Stoker's Dracula. Thank you. Thank you.
I think it's that's nice.
Yeah,
I think that's
I'm a big horror fan.
That's a compliment at the best of times. So there you go. So yes. So well.
Sound is okay. Thank you for letting us know.
Thank you. That's good. One thing I'm concerned is you might be a little bit quieter. So just remember the mic's up there. We didn't have a chance to move the microphone, so hopefully you can hear Amit okay, which will be good news. Let's just have a quick chat. Fell Haters joined us as well. So, are you two sitting in a sauna? Yes, we are. Yeah, we are in the Wargamer Online sauna of fun.
That's a whole issue about saturation and gamma correction and color correction.
Oh dear me, you've missed a absolutely brilliant conversation between myself and Amit as we were setting this show up, where I quote complained, How come your complexion looks so much better than mine?
More tanned than mine, and I had to point out the obvious.
So, which is a good news. Clearly, I don't see colour.
Yeah, exactly. Out, so. which is fantastic.
Whether that's part of my purple-blue colour bind, I
don't know. It's all drawn a line under that.
But it turns out anyway, you certainly look better on camera than I do. I've decided, especially with the distinguished.
But it's kind of the opposite. I have more. He has more.
Yeah, we maybe compensate for each other, so that's all good. So, right, what are we talking about today? Well, the chat is... can anybody remember the title of tonight's chat? Chapter Approved, and what it means for us. Well, there's a bunch of shocking revelations, isn't there, on Chapter Approved? What I'm going to do is bring up the Warhammer community stuff. What I won't be doing is bringing up the leak pages, so I'm aware of what's going off on the leak pages, and we'll talk a little bit about it. So we're seeing big point shift, particularly in the Forge World arena, probably in preparation and for the seeding of Apocalypse. I think that's driven. Yeah. Seen as though we have 3. What are these?
These are the Legion Falchion super heavy tanks.
So there's 3 of these ridiculous things on the desk at the moment.
Big blocks of resin.
That might impact your game.
It will.
I mean, you've probably got about 10,000 points on the table there.
Well, I don't think I'll be able to fit this into a 2,000 point army. No way, not now.
So, but we'll come back to that. And what we're going to do is bring up the posts on the Warhammer community and give you our thoughts and thoughts and thoughts. Las Cannons on Las Cannons on Las Cannons. Says Retep 1001. Is that 1001, by the way? Is that binary, or should I be saying 1001? Because is that kind of like a binary thing going on? I'm not quite sure, but we'll see. Thordalim says, check out the community page with info from the open day. Yes, we have seen a bunch of stuff going off today. So I think we've got lots to talk about, which is good news. I mean, we're also going to catch up a little bit on what's on the desk.
Yeah. What's on the desk? What's been keeping Phil busy? I'm sure he's shown you the pictures of his Gene Sealer limo, which is very nice. Got him a little gift as well, so for his Necromunda.
Can I show that now?
Show you that.
Can I show that? Sweet. Yeah, I think I will. Let me just... Oh, you know, what happens if I do that? You disappear. Oh, that's not fair. Let's bring you back, and I'll do that.
There you go.
Check what Amit picked up for me on the way down to my house. So how pleased am I? That's pretty exciting.
I had to do the compulsory trip to Forge World before. Coming here, so
and the gin shop for Sarah,
and the gin shop.
So that's another story. So here we go. Right. Well, we'll be having a little look at the community. We'll be having a look at hobby, and as ever, we will be catching up with chat. So it's Bile. It's pronounced Bile as in the German pronunciation. Thank you very much, Scott Bile. I just wanted to check I was getting it right, because I have indeed got it wrong so many times, and you've been wonderfully patient with me to not remind me of that before. So, right, where should we start, really? What about a bit of Wargamer Online news as well? We have a little bit of Wargamer Online news. So, Amit arrived at what time yesterday?
About 7:30, 8.
7:30
on Friday.
Yeah.
And then we spent the evening working through the forum.
Yeah, a lot of work.
So we were doing some test posts. Big thing that we wanted to sort out was the uploading of pictures. You know, there was some question mark, whether should we use an external image hosting website or should we keep it all in-house? Happy to say it appears that everything can be uploaded directly from onto your posts, onto your forum.
So let's have we'll have a quick look at that. I mean, the good news is having Amit here last night was really useful. Was I had my administrator account open, we had a moderator account open on another machine, and then we had Amit switching between a registered user and an anonymous user, and it really helped iron out the last few problems. And the vendor of the system was online helping us resolve the image upload issue, so they were brilliant. So I want to really thank those guys, but we'll talk a little bit about that in future. But they were really excited about the website and what we're doing, and they want to do more with us on some new functionality that's not even available to the public yet. So that's pretty exciting as well.
So it's going to be a completely bespoke forum, for Wargamer Online users. So fantastic.
So we got pretty excited, but let's see if I can bring up. Well, let's have a look. At the moment, I think it's available. I think it's basically up on beta now. I think we're okay to say that. So I haven't got Amit on screen anymore, so you're cool now to relax and catch up on the chat, maybe. So if we go along to Wargamer Online, and what you will see here is we're into the forum. So we've launched the forum now. Now, please bear in mind it's still beta, and what I mean by it's still beta, we've done a bunch of testing with it, but there's still stuff we want to do, and we want to iron out in terms of moderation and all the rest. But as you can see, we've got some of the base topics and forums set up. A place where you can introduce yourself. We've got things for pages, groups, and clubs to post, which Sam's talked about in earlier events. We're going to start getting those set up. A place for commission painters as well, and little bits of information on what you can post on there and what's acceptable. There's a project log section, and as you can see, we've been building some of this up. The wonderful Coleman has been helping out, but we've had other stuff in there. Furious George, I think we need to talk about Furious George's avatar, because it's possibly the best. But as you can see, we've got a few things building up in the project logs already, and at the moment in the sub forums we've got 40k Sigmar Necromunda bolt action, Frostgrave and other, but we'll see how it develops and create new sections, etc. as well. Tips and advice, so lots to come on that as well. And then we're into the kind of gaming area, and each game what we're doing is creating a forum on tactics, rules and FAQ, along with army lists for people to post, so people can post their army list up. I think that's really good. It's something that we've been looking forward to, so we'll be able to post army lists up from our battle reports, and people can have a look at that as well. But as I've mentioned, right now this is still on beta, so hopefully still at the top. Please take a note of that. Now, what the difference between when we last talked about it and now is, I'm fairly confident that if you were to put a post there, we are not going to delete that data, if you like. So, for instance, let's just check out my little WGO Phil's Gene Stealer Cult, and you'll have to excuse us because essentially it's a test post. So there's not a lot going off in there. And what I was trying out was the ability to upload images and, make sure they can play okay. And, when we look at this now, we can kind of bring these up, and it creates like a little slideshow of the images within the forum, which is pretty cool. So close that back down. And as you can see, we can do all of the wonderful things that you can do. And there's Coleman coming in with a test comment for us, and Amit's in there as well. But as I mentioned, I think one of the things we really, really need to look at is Furious George's avatar. I may have mentioned it on let's see if I can find this. This is in Johnny's big bumper log of nerdy stuff. And Johnny Rockstar was helping us out with some early posts as well. And I have no idea what's going off in there. And come on, where's Furious George? Oh, there he is. Now just check out that avatar. That is possibly one of the most impressive avatars I've ever seen. So there you go. So there we go. The forum's up there. I mean, just a quick point to note, there's a lot to tidy up in terms of getting some content on there, both from the WGO team and moderators. I need to set moderators up and all the rest. But I have included just a separate page on rules at the moment. And I know traditionally you do that as a pinned post, and we'll still do it that way. But I wanted it to be really easy. And anybody who is active on the Wargamer Online community Facebook page will recognize these rules. They're fairly universal. Respect each other. Let's not spam each other. Trading, as we've said, we're allowing for. There is a forum specifically for commission painters and stuff to do, and just a little one about let's keep it clean, folks. So that's where we are. That's our exciting news. And if you're registered to Wargamer Online, whether you are premium or freemium, you can just click here and get into access, and your account should be recognized. In some instances, it may send you an email and ask you to confirm that you do indeed want to be part of the forum. And I think the other point to mention now is in this left-hand bar, what we've added now is just the latest forum posts. So again, as you come into the website, you can see what's going off on the forum. You can see some of those latest posts and see what people are up to. So we're pretty excited about that, I think I have to say. Right, let's get Amit back up. There he is, look. How excited are you?
It's very good. I think now you can start getting your posts up, getting your project logs up. So please do give it a go. If there's anything that any issues, do let us know, and we'll try and get them fixed and ironed out as soon as possible. But get started, get using it, and tell us what you think.
Cool. Okay, so we've got some chat. Let's catch up with some of the questions to Wargamer Online, and we'll do them one. Should we do one at a time each?
Yeah. Sure.
So what have we got there? This is Scott, just reminding of his pronunciation, and Furious George. Well, this is for you. Would you like to answer this?
So what armies do I collect? The thing is, I wouldn't say I'm a collector per se. I kind of collect the models that I like, or the look of, or if there's a theme. So I'll use this example. So the reason I've got 3 of the Legion Falchions is because I like the look of the tank. It's very sort of Dark Heresy. He's shaking his head at me. It's very sort of like Dark Heresy, a lost age of technology. So it really fits the theme well. It's a super heavy tank, so what's not to like about it? And then the actual reason I told Phil when I came over, it's like, why did you get 3? If you look at the Alpha Legion, insignia, they've got 3 sort of dragon heads. And what I wanted was what each tank here to represent one of the dragon heads. I know it sounds very sad. It's very Game of Thronesy. I don't know, but that's what I wanted. So with all those other knights and super heavies out there, I wanted the Alpha Legion to have something to pack a bit of extra punch. And then I saw these, fell in love with the tanks, and that's the theme that I'm going with. So yeah, bit crazy, but that's me.
There's nothing wrong with a bit of crazy hobbyist going on. I did put a post on the community page. It's hobbying at a scale I've never seen. He's like, yeah, I know that if I did 1 at a time, I'd probably never get the other 2 done. So I'm just going to do 3 all in one go. And it's when you just see the size of these things on the desk, it's absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, these are weighty pieces of resin, and obviously it's it's a resin plastic kit. So with the plastic hybrid,
I don't even think I can fit them. Realistically, I can't even.
We'll try.
Let's try. Let's just. I'm gonna have to zoom out for starters.
So that's one.
Right.
So what I've been doing, like Phil said, is I've been building them 3 at a time. The reason I do that is that as I'm building them, I know which parts go together and how they fit, how they dry fit together, and also it puts consistency across the model, kind of like, oh, how did I do that? And then if I go to another model later on, it's like, how did I put that together? It's difficult sometimes to remember. So if I do it in a batch in stages across all 3, that's how, I'm hoping to achieve some level of consistency there. So I've got the main sort of chassis done, the main bits that go together. Obviously there are other bits to go, like the tracks, the big turret weapons, the pintle mounted weapons, which is another piece of upgrade kit you can get for these super heavies. So it's getting there. It's slow. I mean, obviously I just threw away a whole bunch of resin for that, for part of the cleanup, and there's still a lot of cleanup to do. Need to wash them and everything. So it's slow progress, but it's steady. I'm very happy with the kit. I love the detail on it as well. And yeah, but off the 3 super heavies, the Falchion, the Fellblade, and the Glaive, I think this is my favourite one. So yeah, I'm very happy with the purchase.
Keep talking, because as you know, you can see what I'm doing in the background. I'm desperately trying to get things like that sorted. So I'm still creating.
He's just still adjusting the saturation. It's like, why are you so more beautifully tan than I am? I have a slight advantage. But...
That's not what I'm messing with. I've just right. Hold on a second. Right now, that's it.
He's obsessed.
So
with
I've just created the ability to put you in the top bubble.
Oh,
while you're talking about what's on the desk.
Oh, that's lovely.
So I'm not. All right. So less of that. So, honestly, you can't do right by some people.
I know. I'm sorry.
So keep talking now. So I've got one more screen to do.
Fantastic. Okay. So what I've done is follow the instructions. Essentially, what they've given you is the plastic sprues for the Baneblade, I believe. And essentially, all you use is the chassis part of that. So I've essentially got about 2 or 3 sprues of Baneblade tracks and everything left over. The rest of it is all resin, and as I said, it's quite a weighty piece of resin. So that will go together, building up the chassis, and then essentially building up the tank in its entirety. Quality of the resin, it's fantastic. I love the detail on the forged models. There are some areas that could do with a little bit of improvement. I mean, there's areas where there's been a bit of slippage. There's areas which need a bit tiny, but that's part and parcel of working with resin, to be honest. But you know, a little bit of preparation, a little bit of cleaning up, and you know, I think these models will speak for themselves when they're all put together. So really happy with that. Next on my project actually is I've also got a Warlord Titan. So, but that one's going to be a labour of love to be done when I'm a bit more
I am
confident.
completely misbehaving now, aren't I?
I'm a bit more confident with it, but with airbrushing and everything, because that's a centerpiece model, and I really want to do the model justice because it's absolutely a beautiful model. But,
okay, all right. Okay, so let's have a look at this now. Let's get back to this because I've been playing a little bit around. So apologies for me messing around. That was good fun. I've got one more screen to create, so at some point I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you to talk for just as long.
More than happy to.
Let's just catch up on questions. So we've got this is from Ralph Hummel. Very nice work, gentlemen. I would have volunteered to help on the forums, but I fear that I would be left with even less time for hobbying than I already have. Ralph, the offer is greatly appreciated, and but I understand you must put hobbying first. That's the whole point of this channel. Yeah. We're working on, that was one of the things I talked about, how it's still in beta, is we're working on at what level moderation is required, if you like. What we're trying to do, because it's aimed at essentially to a degree a closed group, this is members of the wargameronline.com, so it's registered users of wargameronline.com, of which, you know, a percentage of premium users as well. We're hoping to a degree it will self-moderate, and moderation will be run not by requiring moderation prior to post. There'll be, I think you need to do 1 or 2 posts before you no longer need moderation. Yeah. And that's one of the things we're testing. And then what we're going to do is have it by default moderate and rely on a report and review basis. Yeah. And if we can get enough moderators, which is the idea, I think, then hopefully that becomes an easier task. Yeah. That we're just, you know, we rely on the community to report issues and then moderate.
And it's like the Facebook community group. We've got a good bunch of people there. So if there's anything inappropriate and all that, we can count on our registered users to flag it up to a moderator, to an admin. So, you know, keeping the forum website essentially appropriate to the Wargamer Online ethos.
Oh, now you've stopped talking,
no,
and I'm still working on that.
Okay.
Can you review the question while I do one more bit of... Yeah, please do.
So, Wargamer Online, is the donation link broken or does not show up anymore? I'll let Phil have a look at that. Ralph Hummel, I'm sorry that you've lost your diamond fowl. I do hope you find it, but just be careful where you sit. My modding services are still open. Yeah, so as I said, we're going to look at what level of moderation we're going to need, how much involvement and how much input we're going to need from that. So it's still a work in progress. Again, as Phil said, you know, we're also going to rely on the community to flag anything that may be inappropriate. So please do let us know. Question from Furious George: how long have you been involved in the hobby?
Oh, that's a good one. That will keep him busy for a couple of minutes.
That's a tough one to say, because I started, I don't know, I think many years ago, as you can tell from my Dracula sort of hairstyle and colouring. Thanks, Surreal. I've been like in the hobby for a while, been collecting for a while. I'd say at least more than 2 decades, but not consistent with 2 decades. It's been 5 years here, 5 years there. So I've been hopped in and out of the hobby. I've done all the nerdy kind of things, if you like, you know, RPG games, computer gaming a little bit, not too much into that. And same with console gaming. I've got a console, but it's the most expensive Blu-ray player I have at the minute. But I have hopped in and out of the hobby. So, you know, with 8th edition that came out, that was my big push, or most recent big push, to get me back into the hobby. As to what I'm collecting, again, I don't collect based on, you know, I want the ultimate, most powerful army. I collect what I think, what I like, and what I like the look of the models. So, for example, when 8th edition came out, I went for a Tau because A, it's a I've normally collected Space Marines or Imperial armies, and I thought, well, I wanted something different and something to try. And I like the whole mecha look of the army, so I picked up a ridiculous amount of Town R Supremacy armors. I think there's some posts on the Facebook community group. That's on the to-do list as well, but I'll work on the 3 super heavies at the minute. So also looking at getting into Age of Sigmar. I've got a Dreadsaurian as my first model for that, but I've not really expanded on that. So I don't know. I like Sam's what he says as hobby butterfly. I tend to hop from things from one area to another depending on what's on my fancy. So the unfortunate thing about that is that you tend to have half finished miniatures or half painted armies. So, but it's my hobby, and I do what takes my fancy. At the moment, I'm really into Conflict 47. Basically, I'm collecting the German army, and I've got a huge army for that as well. I don't do anything small. That's the thing. Is like go big or go home. So I've got a massive German army that I'm putting together. I'm a Battle Foam addict as well, so I'm not sponsored by them, by the way, or anything. Would love to be if you're watching. But no, I have a lot of Battle Foam, and I like to build my armies, put them, make sure everything's in its place, and then sort of slowly build them as I go along. So, so collecting for a long period of time, collecting a variety of things, diverse sort of
don't do anything small.
Fancy
that's the thing.
Diverse sort of fancy
Sorry,
kind
I'm
of
trying
things,
to fix the other
RPGs
thing.
and everything like that. So sorry if that was a long-winded question for yours, George.
No, keep that going. Okay, we had a question. Let's see if we can swip over that. Look, this is the other thing I've been doing now. Look, check this out. We can just keep doing that.
Okay.
I don't even know which one's live anymore.
But that might make people nauseous.
Well, yeah, don't overdo that.
Yeah, don't overdo that.
Don't overdo that. Okay, someone said, what happened to the donation link? The donation link is still in the description as far as I can see. So it should be in the description of this video. And I don't think I've altered it. So hopefully that's okay. Is that the Streamlabs one? Is that the one? I think it... Oh, wait a minute. Are you saying that the donation thing didn't... Oh, I know what you're talking about. We've lost the donations. Hold on a second.
Don't worry, Phil's correcting it. Let me answer Surreal's question.
No, he's right.
Something tells me that I've seen a fair share of Magic the Gathering. Actually not. Yes, I have bought a pack or two in the past, played a few games, but no, I'm not a big Magic the Gathering fan. It's not really my thing. Cards are nice, artwork's nice, but no, it's sadly not my thing. Nor is Pokemon or My Little Pony trading card game. No.
Okay, yes, I think I understand. Do you mean the donations are missing off the bottom? Okay, hello. Right, there was a disconnect.
Looks like it's working now, hopefully.
Yes, although I don't recognise those numbers. So does that mean we've had donations and we haven't been thanking people? Which would be terrible. Let me check.
Yeah.
Amit. I was going to say Chari. You see, I'm so used to calling you by
my screen name. So yeah.
Amit, you cover for me again,
no problem.
and I'll see if we can find out. You're in front of the donations inexplicably. I think in hindsight we might have needed more time to prep for this.
So Neil Malden, Wargaming Online, started a bolt action painted model thread. Fantastic. So yes, thank you for using the forum, and we'll have a look at that definitely. Scott Bile, Battle Foam is amazing. Love their product line. Yep. Phil and Sam are KR fanatics. I prefer Battle Foam. It's just the way it's always been for me.
That's the Canon, the Nikon. It's whatever where you go first. I think that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. And if if you're happy with one, then whatever suits or floats your boat. So it's there's no, I don't think there's any sort of one's better than the other. It's just your preference at the end of the day. I like the Battle Foam because of the various shapes and sizes of bags. Basically what I do is I stick them up on top of the cupboards, I stick them up on the loft and everything like that, so it gives me flexibility in that sort of way. And then you've also got different sized bags, so if I'm taking a skirmish set of models, I can just pick and choose from the bigger bag and put it into the foam. That's essentially what I do. So the big collection is in the big bags, and then I can tailor as according to my needs or what I want to do or work on during the day. So yeah, it's perfectly. What I do love though is their custom foam, and I have ordered and designed custom foam, specifically for an army that I've collected or just sort of assembled and got ready to take on to the next step of painting and maybe even gaming one day if I finish building all my models. Let's have a look.
Well, before you go any further, just give me a second here, folks. So, right, we have had a couple of donations, so
right.
Apologies. Somewhere in messing around with all the technology and the excitement, actually, there was nothing wrong with it. I don't think it had connected to the server for some reason, because it has to talk to an outside service to get that information, and for some inexplicable reason, it had disconnected. I hadn't actually switched it off or anything. So, apologies, because we've had donations both from Patrick and Alt Boys as well. So, thank you very much. I think, if I remember rightly in the chat, certainly Alt Boys has donated simply because Amit is rocking some kind of style.
Spatial long fang look. Thank you very much. So, hang on a minute. So, Surreal thinks I'm the love child of a vampire, and Orc Boys thinks I'm the love child of some kind of werewolf. I'm not.
You know what you need to do? You need to grow a beard.
You know what I need to do? I need to get on this chat show and wrap myself up in bandages, and I'll be the mummy. And we're
Thank you.
all three.
Thank you very much for both of you, to both of you who have. I'm hoping I've not missed anyone. I'm just checking out. I don't think I have. So thank you very much, the Alt Boys and Patrick as well. Thank you very much for your donations. We actually have. I was just saying, wasn't I? To do this setup required one more camera than I've actually got. So part of the reason we're running behind is literally 10 minutes before we were going live, I was rolling across the floor, pulling wires off the ceiling to rearrange this camera.
But to be fair, we also set up everything early on Friday night, so everything was ready. But then we've had the opportunity to do the green screen. We've had the opportunity to change cameras around, adjust saturation and tone, and
obviously,
and everything. So it's it was a bit last minute, but we're hoping that it's coming out through across on the chat. Question from Surreal. So what do you do for models that you don't make large enough foam for? I think they can do up to 5 inches of foam. So what you do is, what I do is you can get pluck foam. So you can get 2 of those. And what I do is essentially halves. So you've got a huge model, one at the top, one at the bottom, and you can do that. You might not be able to get a bag or you'll waste. I feel that you'd waste space in a bag for that. So what I do is, if I've got a really big centerpiece model like that, I put them in those big plastic, really useful boxes that you get, so they're stored safely there. And that's essentially what I'm going to do with the Warlord Titan once it's built. Obviously, the arms will be magnetized, so they can come off. So it's not taking up too much of a volume, but I tend to break it down like that. But I think they do about 4 or 5 inches of foam, thickness wise. So it's pretty thick, So I think you can accommodate a hell of a lot of.
We're talking battle foam.
Battle foam, yeah.
I mean, because KL cases do a custom case for these things. It drops straight in.
Yeah, but they're even similarly with battle foam. They've got custom stenciled foam as well, so you can pick that out.
You choose your foam colour. Or...
No.
You can with. You know what? Neither of us get sponsorship from these guys.
Yeah. Why are we giving so much advertising?
Why are we advertising? Look, use egg cartons. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
No, don't use egg cartons.
Don't.
Okay. Right. What else is so? Okay. Have you just seen Scott's comment?
Right. So much fun.
Okay.
It's a sore point. Please don't mention it, Scott.
It's a sore point. I am I pale in significance next to Amit. So there you go. Right. Oh, right. Just a back adjustment there. Okay. So we need to start talking about what we said we would talk about.
Yeah. Well, we talked about the forum. So please go ahead and start using it. Let us know what you think, any improvements. So, this is essentially the shakedown trial of it. So please let us know how you're getting on with it.
if I can add to that as well, please be patient at the moment. We don't have any moderators set up, and we know that we've got people that volunteered, and I will be contacting you as well and talking about the nature of that moderation and how it needs to work. So that's cool, but at the moment we haven't done that, so we may get a little bit behind on post approvals and stuff like that. But hopefully everything should be good. I'm just going to have a quick look. Let's just go back to this, because wasn't there something about was there a bolt action forum? So here we go. So here we go with Neil, who has put in photos of World War II models, and hopefully this will say awaiting moderation. So as I said, your first post will require a moderation. I am going to approve Neil because I trust him implicitly with his ability to do nice things. I'm going to actually ask Neil. Well, let's find out. You can always tell if you've used the built-in image tool, because if you have used the built-in image tool, one, you can zoom in and see larger images, but also you can create a slideshow and a play slideshow of the images. And I've not even started talking about your images yet, Neil, so I do apologise. But look how much better this is than using Facebook to show images, for starters. And then look how amazing Neil's World War II tanks and dudes are. So that's absolutely, that's amazing. That's great work. So there you go. There you go. So thank you very much for that first official beta post. And although, like I say, just to make sure nobody gets offended, we know people beat you to it. And of course, yeah, good. You know, Neil's avatar is good. It's not Furious George standard, but it's good.
Furious George is on a level that's beyond us at the minute with his memes.
It's way better than my phone.
And his Sam bullying. There was a question. I'm in my first year off the hobby. This is from N/A. Any advice for a new painter wanting to go pro and start doing commissions? Conflict 47 is my game of choice, but everyone wants me to paint Warhammer. Firstly, I'm not and never have been a commission painter. I'm certainly not that talented to do that, or even to get started with that. I don't have the work rate to do something like commission painting. Conflict 47, firstly, fantastic, well done. Choice, everyone wants you to go into Warhammer. I think that's because it is the most popular of the hobbying games. Obviously there are other games out there, and you know the Warhammer, whether it's Age of Sigmar, 40k, or any other box games, aren't the be all and end all of it. There are other games, but it is the most popular game that is played, I guess. So I guess that's why there's a demand in that area. As to commission paintings, join the Facebook community group, but also use the forum as well. We've got some fantastic commission painters who actually post on the website. So just coming, to mind, Paul Elston. He's done some of Phil's Gene Stealer Cult, and there's some pictures on there. John Moggy McGee. He does these fantastic Adeptus Custodes. So that's what I really like about, which is amazing. So, you know, the pictures don't do them justice. So it's absolutely fantastic. So have a look at those kind of posters and see what kind of work they're churning out. Maybe message them and ask them for some advice, or maybe even use this as an opportunity to start your own post in the forum as well and get advice from the community there. But if I'm honest with you, NA, I am certainly not qualified to give you advice on how to start as a commission painter. It's something that I would have absolutely no idea of doing. So sorry if I didn't answer that to your satisfaction, but that's the honest answer.
I'm pleased you found the question, because I'm still looking for the question, because somebody else said we'd missed your question.
Yeah, well, that's why
it's only now it's occurred to me that Amit is answering the question. So I'm desperately looking for this question we missed, and suddenly occurred to me you were asking that question. So no, is this the I'm in my first year of hobby? Any advice for a new painter wanting to go pro and start doing commission work? Was that correct?
Yeah, that's the one.
I'll pass on a little bit of experience. I haven't done commission work, I have to say. I have painted the odd model for someone. The biggest commission piece I did was the Forge World Tau Manta. Is that the big 3-foot one?
So
I did that, and that one could argue that was a commission piece. It was a joint commission piece. I did all the airbrush and detail work, and then the detail work was done by somebody else, or both of us working in partnership for a third party who had bought the model and commissioned the work. There's a few things. in terms of techniques and stuff, you need to find fast and effective but good result techniques. So that's the first one. And the next one then is you need to benchmark the quality of the work you're doing against the quality of other commission painters, because there is a high degree of differences. Some people have different scales of commission. So, you've got tabletop standard and plus standard and plus tabletop standard and, Golden Demon standard, and the price is variable based on it. A lot of commission people actually decide just to hit their standard. This is the level I paint at, so when you buy from me, this is what you get, and therefore it's easier for them to do the price without adjustment. There are quite a few videos going back in the early days of the channel. If you look out for some of the interviews we did with Sean from Blue Table Painting, he talks about some of that variable pricing and the challenges of all of that. So check out some of the earlier Wargamer Online videos featuring Blue Table Painting, and it may be down as BTP as well. So just do a search on that, and you'll find there's some good advice contained amongst all of that. But I have to say the biggest piece of advice is you have to find that painting techniques that's both quick and effective. And as you know, I'm a big fan of Elster Nation. I'm a big fan of his work. It's the first person I've ever trusted with commission work on an army. And he worked incredibly quick and to a really great standard. Certainly tabletop plus as far as I'm concerned. The army looks wonderful, and obviously I'm doing character models and stuff like that, but it was right in the middle of me having all sorts of stuff going off with my back, so he really dug me out of a hole quite literally, and he did some great work. But the one thing I learned from him, because he gave me his recipe for me to match the rest of my army to his painting techniques, is just some of his quick techniques that he has is just brilliant. You can see Elster Nation's work via his channel, but also if you go along to our website, there is a WGO hub link at the top here, and we also link through to Elster Nation's videos within the hub as well. So check some of his painting tutorials out. There are more as well. I mean, it's good to say he's not the only painter in there. There's also the Wargamer as well, and Kitetsu as well. So you can see some of the techniques they employ. And I'm about to upload about another 10 or 15 Elster Nation videos as well. So there will be more in that area to check out. So have a look at all of that.
And just to plug in the Wargamer Online sort of website as well, we've also got Sam doing all the painting tutorials and tips. And
oh, of course.
Don't tell him. He paints okay.
He does, doesn't he? Bless him.
Yeah.
He's not. You know what's so relaxing for myself and Amit tonight is we know that Sam has gone to a location where he doesn't have internet access. It must be absolutely driving him crazy. So we know he hasn't got internet access, which means we know he can't watch this show. He can barely message us on Facebook. So it's very exciting.
So we're hoping he's agonising about, what's going on in the chat.
Yeah, yeah. They'd be like, I hope they haven't done some kind of crazy fog background on a green screen or something. But
yes, we have.
Yep, that's what we did. We went a little bit crazy. So here we go. Right.
Okay, let's talk chapter approved. Is the next question that's come up. Oh, Wargamer Online, will you be adding the forum to Tapper Talk? I'm not sure.
Well, that relies on two things, really. One, me knowing what Tapper Talk is.
Yeah, I know.
And two, then making a decision of whether we're going to add it to Tapper Talk.
Yeah.
It's a fairly capable forum, so if that's a good thing, Orc Boys, and feel free to educate me offline. We'll have a look at that, and we'll go from there. But yes, possibly then, if it's a good thing to be on. I'm assuming is that some kind of forum aggregation service. If I was going to have a guess, that's what I think Tapper Talk is. So we will look into that. Well, right. Okay, then. Surreal is just saying, Phil, why would you tell me that? What have I just told Surreal? I don't know what I've told Surreal.
Not seen. Pro Painter is Duncan Rhodes. Well, yes, he is the idol that we all aspire to with tooth and coat.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the whole point of pro painter is apparently is as long as somebody's prepared to pay you to do something, then you are being paid for your services, and it constitutes as being a professional painter. I mean, that's the very definition of it. So there are very different degrees of pro painter, as we all know, and it's one of the favourite chuckles of eBay when you come across everything that has been painted by a pro painter, and they're surreal looking, in fact, making that point. So do we have somebody, NA, by the way? I don't think I've seen you in the chat before, so welcome and thank you for joining us into the chat as well, because I'm sure I would remember NA. So but thank you for joining us. And also I think I saw another new name somewhere along the line as well, wasn't it?
I think
But anyway, either way, thank you. So Liam has joined us, and I know why Liam's joined us is that's because all of his friends have gone off to a log cabin to play board games, and they're not online to play Xbox games with him. So Liam, wonderful of you to join us, and get some hobby done, dude. Get some hobby done.
And a new face, I guess, or a new person, Caden Ferris. So welcome, Caden. I don't think I've seen you here before. But
No, I don't think so, actually. No, so welcome.
Surreal said when Sam's away, the chat will go astray. So should we go back to chapter approved?
Yeah, as maybe. I think the point I made, by the way, is I doubt this is going to be a 1 hour show. So whilst we are 45 minutes into a show, this was a Saturday night special. We've had some fun with foggy backgrounds.
Yes.
We've got a load more coming on that, but not tonight. But we're going to be having some fun. Look, I can touch the logo, like that, and there you go. And I can. Oh, wait, hold on, that works now.
Does it?
Look, my arm goes off here and it comes on there.
Wow! And he's actually sitting 6 feet away from me.
It's very exciting to have another human being in the chat room with me. It is. I quite like this. I think this is going to be the form. So we might have to do. We need a new show. We need like a Thursday with Phil. Thursday with Phil. And we'll get some guests coming and sitting next to me, because this is actually good fun. Although we've got a couple of donations. Oh wait, Carl M has donated as well. Oh, I'm so sorry. There definitely were missing notifications, aren't we?
I've not had any of the messages come up. I'm so sorry. I would have said thank you to all the donators.
So annoying. Thank you very much.
But thank you so much for your donations. Thank you so much for all your support.
Something is not working, and I think it's to do with that connection, that link. So apologies. So Carl M, thank you very much. We are very close to being able to buy maybe one more camera to do these on a very regular basis, or at least one that doesn't involve me having to climb up a ladder. So that is brilliant and very exciting. So thank you very much. I've not actually checked with Sam whether I can use those donations to buy the additional camera, but this is the good news. It's in a forest somewhere, and he's got no control over what we do.
Exactly. So, as you said, this is the Saturday chat, which we've hijacked from Sam, and he can do nothing about it other than just watch the replay on Sunday.
Oh, Carl M, thank you very much. Anyway, that's brilliant of you. And to all of our donators tonight, thank you. Well, for all of our donators for the history of the channel, in fact, but thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, then. For anybody who thinks I was being a bit harsh on Liam, me and Liam go back a long way. I'm kind of like, I think I have to say I'm possibly his hobby dad. Is that fair, Liam? You can make a comment on whether you think that's fair. But I feel like you're one of my hobby sons, at least. So it's, I feel I can give you a hard time if I don't think you've been around much at all. Shall we, at a mere 48 minutes into the show, get to the subject of the show?
I can't remember what it was. What is the title of the show?
I think it was Foggy Backgrounds.
Foggy Backgrounds, Green Screens, Saturation Levels,
right.
And Forum.
Okay then, come on then. I tell you what, Amit, I think you can have the bubble to start with.
Thank you very much.
How about that? Which
powerful.
Probably doesn't help you because you can't really see what's going off on this
That's
screen.
why I can use my...
Let's have a look. Well, you'll be 25 seconds behind.
That's
so
true,
let's have a look at. I tell you what. Let's go in reverse order. Let's have a look at what's been going off at the open day today.
So while I was picking up my third falchion yesterday, so I was seeing all the prep that was going on for the open day exclusive weekend event. There a lot of Necromunda boards, a lot of online gaming was being sort of touted around new releases. I think there's some new Red Scorpion models. So only got a brief glimpse, but obviously I'm here, not over there. So let's see what was there.
I'm sorry, Amit. I'm sorry I brought you down on the open day weekend, but I think it's been worth it.
I think it's worth it. Absolutely, yeah. I have.
Okay, so what's going off at the opening? Well, there was the inevitable queue. That's actually not too bad.
I've seen busier queues.
It's out past the smoking hut. Look, that's where the smoking hut is, which looks like a little bus stop. So, well, first and foremost, what have we got? We've got the Orlocks. Can I get away with playing this? Yes, we're on mute. So let's see if we can actually have a look at this. I mean, I think first and foremost, I'm not going to full screen because that will break things out. But let's do some pausing. Or maybe not. Just check these new models out. They are stunning. And you know what's annoying is, of course, is I've done Escher, Jack has done Goliaths, and Sam was saying, "Oh, you know, when a gang comes out, I might see what comes out of that." And you know, Sam's going to want to do this.
To be honest, I want to do Warlocks. So they look fantastic. There's a particularly there's a model in there that looks very familiar to someone I know. I feel like maybe I'm sitting next to.
Yeah. There's a beautiful bearded guy in there, isn't there? Basically, so I'm pretty excited about that. But I'm not claiming Orlocks just because one of them has a beard. I think that has to say. But I think at the end of the day, how do I react to that news? I react to that news on, well, it's great. They're moving forward with the teams already. This is early 2018. Okay, I would have been a little bit more excited if it was like tomorrow. But it's not tomorrow, so it's going to be early 2018. And I think that gives us all time to get our gangs painted, to get some games in as well, and to get into gang wars as well.
Yeah.
Which I picked up a copy of Gang Wars today. Pretty excited about that.
Which is fantastic. Which is fantastic rules for, I guess, your sort of long sandbox campaigns, character progression, ganger progression. So you can get more attached to your gang as they get more and more experienced, as you upgrade their weapons. So I think with 40k, you're just removing tons and tons of models, and there's not that personal collection. But let's say you've had a campaign with your own gang, you've seen this guy go from a Juve to a gang leader. He's got the most exotic weaponry and everything, and then just unfortunately he gets shot and killed. You feel it more keenly. So I think, So I think I love that sort of campaign narrative aspect of the game. So I think it looks fantastic. So, and with now this release coming in, I'm sure it will be early 2018. It just makes you want to play. Again, get into Necromunda as soon as.
And these models, let's face it, are just absolutely stunning. I'm blown away by the Escher models, to be honest. I think it's the Goliath models aren't getting a lot of attention that they deserve, because they actually deserve more attention, I think. I really like the Goliath models. I think there's got to be a lot of fun to be had with those. I'm certainly going to be messing around with a gang of these for my Gene Stealer cult as well. I think I'm pretty tempted by that. But also this new Gore Half-Horn. I've not even opened it yet. But the quality, let's just see if I can kind of zoom in while it's in the box, because, let's just do this a little bit more. There you go. We can keep going, I think, with this camera before it decides it's had enough. So how about that? But just look at, I know that's his back, but look at the quality of the cast on that. That's just stunning work. So very excited about those,
and I'm also liking the modelled bases that you're getting for that for the Necromunda models as well. So it just adds that extra quality to it. It's absolutely fantastic. So I really like.
Built my own Zone Mortalis board, but boy, do I want to buy the official Zone Mortalis board now.
The new scenery for Necromunda looks amazing as well. So it's just you could buy a hell of a lot of that and be very happy, very content.
Yes. Still, right, let's have a look at what else is going on. We've got some nice still shots of the Orlocks as well. And like I say, I'm just loving the models. I just really, really happy with models that this doesn't just impact us for Necromunda. I don't think this is just about Necromunda. I think this is also about using this on Inquisitor retinues and adding them to our Gene Stealer cults and putting in a special unit into your Astra Militarium of sort of the Roughnecks, that kind
militias, things like that. Penal legions, you never know. So I think if you're into narrative play, your options are endless, really. So
and look at this
enjoy.
stuff. Look at that handsome facial hair as well. Absolutely amazing.
Beard sold.
Can we? I think. Look at this fellow. I might even trim my beard to match that style, even though it's going to be Sam's team, and we all know this is going to be Sam's team. I think you never know with Sam, though, do you? And already, as well, beyond that, what else has been talked about today besides this? We are starting to see the wonderful Hive scum, the scum and villainy of the Hive. And as you can see here, we've got bounty hunters and assassins. It's just great stuff.
So, I think Necromunda is really, really looking to be a fantastic release, and I'm really excited about it. So I can't wait to get it. What I'm holding out for is the Adeptus Arbites, the sort of like the enforcers. There used to be a gang, if you like, of basically policemen for the hives. So that's what I'm waiting for. But, I could easily be tempted to go for any of the gangs, to be honest, based on what I'm seeing. It's coming out quite easily.
And the good news is we're seeing the announcement here of Gang War 2 gaming supplement, which obviously is designed to accompany the Orlots gang as well, giving you new missions, giving you a whole bunch of new scenarios. And again, like the previous Gang War as well, the ability to play on 3D terrain as well, so additional rules and stuff like that. I'm finding it hard to contain myself at the moment with Necromunda. I'm pretty excited about it. Saying that, Sam's got Shadespire to look at.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things on the Wargamer Online sort of to-do list, but we are getting there eventually. Remember, it's just Sam and Phil sort of at the moment. I'm helping where I can. I'm happy to help where I can. Right.
Certainly we're going to have to pace ourselves, I think, with all of this wonderfulness coming out at the moment. Yes. Shall we do a catch-up on the chat?
Yeah, so let's have a look-see. Carl M, again, thank you so much for your donation. I think, let's have a look-see. Ilium, where are we? Building Mortarion, guys. Going to get him painted tomorrow. Good on you.
What a model. What a model.
It is a beautiful model. Al Kirkham, have company from New York, so I have to go and socialise with the family. No, please go ahead and do your family duties as you are.
Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
And happy, I know I'm a bit late, but happy Thanksgiving to all our friends across the pond. And I know we're a day or so late, but thank you very much as well. So, Sorry, thank you. I mean, happy Thanksgiving, if that's the right term. So I hope you've had a great time catching up with the family.
So, question from Furious George: why is Sam in a forest? Is he going back to his hobbit roots? Well, technically, Sam's about 6'2", so he's not really a hobbit. I'm the short one in Wargamer Online, sadly.
They have gone away for a gamers retreat, a self-made gamers retreat. So there's a whole bunch of them gone off to a log cabin. They've got this book they found called the Book of the Dead.
Yes,
and they're going to be reciting lines from it,
which you mustn't do at all. And I just think it's some cheesy 80s horror film remake.
Do you think Sam would even know the Evil Dead reference? Do you think he's seen Evil Dead? He's too young, isn't he? Possibly. So, no, they've gone off. They're going to be playing board games. They're going to be playing Shadespire, but they've gone away to have a nice weekend in a log cabin and just relax and have fun with Pink and Dave and Pink's lady wife as well.
Now let's.
So yeah, that's good fun. Yeah. Yes, it could have been all of us, but I volunteered to stay behind to keep the chat going. That's not quite true, actually. We couldn't do it this weekend, but either way.
Thordalim, so you've posted on the forum, but you need something pre-approved. I think for the first post, yes, we do need pre-approving by a moderator and all that. I guess that's to get ensure that the forum isn't spammed by inappropriate sort of posters or one-time posters and things like that. But after that, I think it's free reign to post on that.
Yeah, I mean it's essentially been recommended to us by the forum vendors to say at least the very first post needs to be approved, even if you know and trust your members, because what can happen is you can get bots that register to the forum and then sort of spam it. So just have the first one. They actually recommended 3, and we may increase that requirement later on. But seeing as though at the moment this is about all of you wonderful people getting onto the forum and posting your fun up, then we've done it at 1 at the moment, which enables everybody to start getting their stuff up, and it means the moderation task is not too big. But I think it's 1 or 2 posts, and then after that you no longer require require approval. So there you go. And we've got some cool images to look at as well. So while we're here, let's indulge ourselves in a look through. Look at the Space Wolf. They're Primaris Space Wolves as well. I'm going to go back and enjoy that. That's nice looking stuff. Good base. What's that base from, actually? I don't recognise that base, so maybe Thordelin can let us know. So some nice looking conversions here as well. This is looking handsome work. So there you go. And I think here, like I say, this is really nice. I mean, by the way, I think please share as well on the Facebook community, because that really helps as well. But as you can see, this is a really nice place that you can keep project logs, and people can really see bigger images of what's going off on on your projects and all the rest. So it's pretty exciting stuff. So that's great news. And of course, people will be able to like and make the post sticky. What does that mean, Janet?
I think to make it sticky is spinning something on your computer while using it. I don't recommend it.
No.
No. Sticky, I think it's basically a post that stays on top of the.
It's something
thread.
You want to kind of watch.
Yeah.
Oh, kind of like when you pin a post on Facebook.
Like when you pin a post. Pin a post.
Pin a post. Pin a post on Facebook. And how do you think the show's going? Should we ask the group? How do you think the show's going?
Well, it seems to be going okay. I hope it's going okay. Wargamer Online is the base that came out of the Primaris Start to Paint model set.
Okay. Oh, well, there you go. It's a good looking base.
Furious George wants you to switch the screen.
To
anything in particular?
Oh, wait a minute. Of course, I was on... I do apologise. I was on studio mode. So let's go back to that. And let's do this again. So sorry, I think I was on studio mode. So I do believe nobody actually saw that the stuff I was going on. So apologies.
So you were stuck looking at my face. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I know. That's me messing around again. Let's not do that again now. I still haven't got notifications working. The reason I was on that, I was trying to find out what's happened to the notifications of donations and stuff. So at the moment, I can't solve it. And sometimes trying to solve something on a live chat is not a good idea. Sure. Let's go back at least for those people who missed it. The reference to the base I made, which was this base here, which was just a nice looking base. I love this little bit. And it steps over that. That's quite good. Okay.
Right. So Ralph is too busy airbrushing for posting on the forum. That's perfectly all right. Please use these chats to listen to our sultry voices while you hobby, and the forum will be there when you get back from
hobby
your
first.
Hobby first. Hobby first. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. What else have we got?
Surreal said, I'm more comfortable on camera than Mike was. That's because Jack, Phil's son, has made us 2 awesome gin and tonics. I think in glasses like that, but with this much gin and probably this much tonic.
It's all tonic.
It's all the liquid courage, I'm afraid.
It's all tonic. I noticed actually as we got closer to the show. You know, if I turn like this and you turn like that, do we look at each other on the screen?
We do.
Oh, that's good. That works. So I need to look up there. Does that work?
Hey Phil, how you doing?
So, I noticed you got a little bit nervous as we got closer to the show. And I don't think it helped that I started to dismantle my room and pull technology off the ceiling and things like that, did it?
It's just... No, I wasn't nervous. I was just kind of, I've never done this before.
No,
I have to be on my best behaviour because, I'm absolutely no swearing. I'm trying to do my best. I've actually got a sign behind the camera that says, no swearing. I don't, but...
It would be good though, wouldn't it? So yes, well, I'm glad I'm glad, of course, that Amit's comfortable. The good news is this as well is like I say, a trial run for more of these, and I can promise you another one of these shows in December. And I don't think Patrick will mind if I say Patrick is coming to spend a few days with me in December.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to tell Patrick what the guest room is like?
It's very comfortable. The hosts are very generous. I mean, after I cleaned out the garage, did the gardening,
good.
and
That
took
helps.
the dogs for a walk,
Yes.
we were like, "Please go ahead and do the hobby." It was.
You said help yourself to any cleaning
I mean,
equipment.
who would have thought slavery is still present in first world country like the UK?
You are so mean. You're so mean. with
No,
myself.
Sarah, Jack, Phil. It's been really fun. It's been really cool. It's been great to actually hang out with them, spend some time with them,
It's been good.
do
fun.
some hobby. So it was
So,
good. No complaints.
Patrick,
You will enjoy it.
Hopefully, you rest assured you will be. There will be a bed for you to sleep in,
Yes.
and I am very much looking forward to your trip. And I hope that you don't mind that I've announced it on the channel. So you will be seeing Patrick in December.
In December, and I think
Which is nice.
you're also going to might be doing a trip up to Warhammer World. So
We are
I
indeed.
will probably rendezvous with you guys there as well.
Yes,
So,
and it might be actually worth mentioning the date of that trip to Warhammer World.
so
'cause
that will be in December the 17th, which is a Sunday.
Well, there you go. So I'm glad somebody knows. I'm actually going into hospital at some point on the 19th as well. So we have a Sunday trip. We have a Monday musing, which I think Patrick is going to be joining me on the Monday musing, which is going to be exciting as well.
Yeah.
Whether we also do a broadcast at the weekend or not, I think it just depends how busy we are. We've got quite a bit planned for that weekend.
Yeah.
Certainly, we haven't filmed a battle report, have we?
No, I think as I get more, the things I'm more of a hobbyist. I'm more of a collector as opposed to a gamer, and I don't think a video watching me making lots and lots of mistakes would be something that you guys would want to watch. That being said, but as I get more into the games, particularly like things like Necromunda, Blood Bowl, Shadespire, absolutely I want to get involved and do some videos. And also we're also looking at sort of tutorial videos, how to get started in all these games, just the basics. We think that will be really helpful for people who are just starting out, with these new releases. So tell us what you think. Is that something that you'd like us to do? So please, give us the feedback.
You have managed to squeeze in a game of X-Wing against Jack.
We went to Crescent Consortium Gaming, and Jack kindly took me through the very basics of X-Wing, and just the basics, maneuvers, shooting, things like that. We didn't go too deep into the rules. Did I get hooked? Yeah, I like it. I made a purchase there, and then I can show you if you. would
Yeah,
like to
why
see.
not? Why not? Shall I get we'll get the
Yeah.
desk cam up? Hold on a second. Wait, that's the wrong one. Hold on a minute. There we go.
So remember, I don't do anything small. So I usually go and do things.
How we do? We're going to have to zoom out a bit of a way. So apologies for the.
So I went with the bad
wow,
guys,
there you go.
Imperials. So that's the Imperial Veterans expansion pack. It's got a TIE Defender in red and a veteran
Very
TIE
cool.
Bomber.
Very cool.
And then with a veteran, you need a regular TIE Defender. So that I went and got that for him.
Yep.
And then there's no point having a veteran bomber if you don't have it accompanied by other bombers as well. So I've got some more of those.
What?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
Well, you get.
I'm never taking my eye off you again.
I've got a thing for threes, doing things in threes, and then I picked up these cool TIE aggressors as well.
That's
Apparently
so cool.
they go pew pew from the front and also pew pew from the back.
Pew, pew.
Pew pew. So yes, so that's my little purchases now.
So they're really cool little models. We're going to be having a game of that tomorrow morning, I think,
Absolutely.
over breakfast, aren't we?
Absolutely.
You were taking advantage of Mark's 3 for 2.
You keep
I
saying
never
that.
get that the right way round.
That is a terrible deal. 2 for the price of
2
3.
for the price of
It's a
3
terrible
is
deal.
definitely a
But
bad deal.
Mark Rapson, he's runs the one of the people who runs Crescent Gaming Consortium, is doing the Black Friday weekend deals, so 3 for 2. So yes, absolutely, I took advantage of the deals that are going, and there are lots of good deals from all local gaming stores or even online. So shop around, guys, and get your hobby that way. Take advantage, absolutely.
Okay, so Where are we at now? Okay. Have we answered, or at least attempted to answer Thorlim's question? No, that's about the base. So thank you for informing us. That's great. Surreal says we're killing it. Scott says fabulous.
Furious George says hashtag drunk chat.
No. That's just tonic water. Seriously.
Yeah.
And we've got also the show is 10 out of 10 from Roward. Thank you very much. That's much appreciated. And great show, guys. And Elster Nation says seems like a decent show, which from Elster Nation. It's probably clone number 4 that's made that comment, and he's never been as keen as some of the other Elster Nations.
The thing is, you'll never get a straight answer from either one of the hundreds of clones, so it's a mixed message.
And Surreal says, just wait, I'm cancelling LVO and Adapticon to go on a pilgrimage to Warhammer World. Seriously, that would be amazing if you're doing that. Although, LVO and Adapticon, they're huge events.
Huge events, yeah.
I really want to go to at least one of those.
Just to see what the US tournament scene is like as well.
Yeah.
Just to see that would be an amazing experience. That being said, the exhibitions area in Warhammer World is absolutely amazing. It's... Yeah, it has to be seen to believe. I really think it's absolutely fantastic. From my one actually is if you read the Horus Heresy books, and you've also got the battle between the Iron Hands and the Emperor's Children. They've got this amazing diorama of the Emperor's Children fighting the Iron Hands, and the top of a craggy outcrop, you've got the 2 Primarchs, Ferrus, Manus, and Fulgrim. Having it going. It's an absolutely very narrative, beautiful diorama. So if you haven't seen it, it's one of the things that you should see. Also, the 2 floors or 3 floors of that huge citadel, Imperial World cityscape with titans and everything. It's absolutely amazing.
Okay, hopefully, by the way, I have sorted out the notifications on subs. I'm not 100% there, those folks, so please bear with me, and I might need Amit just to chat for a little bit longer, if that's okay problem with you guys. Yep. I've certainly identified the problem now, so if people can bear with me, and I will make sure that's back in place again.
Sure. So let's look at some of the questions then. I thought GW were the only game store in England. I thought you had to try and open a game store that plays you a visit and then makes you an offer you can't refuse. I wouldn't know. I'm sure that when you open a game store, for whichever vendor, you will have their representatives come out to your store and obviously market their products to you. As to whether it'll make you an offer that you can't refuse, I don't know. Would not know.
Are we talking about whether there are independent game stores in the UK?
There are independent game stores in the UK.
Lots of them.
Is an example. There are loads.
I was up in my hometown of Chesterfield and called in. In fact, actually, if you look at the Wargamer Online community page, I made a post up there because those guys were incredibly welcoming, good fun as well, made me giggle a lot.
It's called Gamers HQ. They do board games, they do models, they do card games, Magic, Pokemon. So yeah, it's a fantastic local game store. So yes, so that's actually my local because I live up in Chesterfield, Phil's old hometown.
Which is just a sheer coincidence, that as well. Yeah. It's quite funny that you live in my own. You've actually moved to the town I moved out of, but no, there was no pre-arrangement to any of this. I feel just 1 or 2 more clicks, people, and hopefully I am going to be in a pace where hopefully the donation notification and also subscription notification pops up on screen. So I'm hoping so anyway, but
fantastic.
I think so. So yes, there we go. I think we should be there at that. So apologies to the people who have donated tonight and didn't get their jingle on screen as well. And I know that's why you don't do it for that, but apologies, because actually it's useful for us to know so we know when it happens. So but again,
so thanks for keeping us on the ball.
No. Why does Reaper think we're stopping? No, you are not stopping. I just came. No. We said we would go on a little bit extra tonight. Yeah, there was a debate about starting at 8 or 9, and we decided to start at 8.
Yeah, because I think Sam starts at 8, so we wanted to catch the the loyal crowd who's come on for the chats and participate. So yes, it's going to be slightly longer because it's a special.
It's a special night.
It's a special night. We've done a lot of work in the background that that in the behind the scenes to get our smoky backgrounds and everything. So
we're feeling
I feel proud. I feel proud.
And I think the important thing is to say this isn't drunk talk. We're slightly euphoric.
Yeah.
Which is a great word, and that's driven by one, putting a lot of time into the forum last night,
exactly,
which was really good.
Yeah.
2, given my operation was a failure. The painkillers, the cocktail of painkillers I'm on.
Yeah.
3, faffing around with the backdrops and getting that to finally work to my satisfaction and making me well happy. Yeah. Sorting out a bunch of cameras. Yeah. And we've done a bit of shopping and a bit of gaming.
And a bit of hobbying as well. So,
and he bought me a present as well. So that's all of those things have made
the least I can do for
giddy and
being
happy as well.
Amazing host.
No, we're not going to stop. We will run on at least, I think, for another 15 more minutes, at least. So we will see, and maybe that's a good idea given it will be based on how much more my back can take, so apologies if we do call it short. I think the good news is I think my back is now hopefully going in the right direction. If that's the case, I expect to see, I would say, we talked about this earlier, didn't we, maybe once a month, this kind of guest show format, where there's the potential, particularly when my data gets sorted out, to run these things into 2 hours, possibly 3 hours, and have like a segment to the game, even if that means we have a bit of a break and we go away for 2-3 minutes and have a bit of a break and then set up for a game and do gaming on cameras like we did with the Halloween special.
Yeah. And I think if that's something that you'd like us to see, give us the feedback, and we can certainly look into that as well. So guest co-hosts if you like, so we can do that. We can look at different kinds of games as well, so not necessarily Warhammer related. The dice game you guys played for the Halloween special was pretty well liked. So very simple but very enjoyable. Question from Furious George. Do you have a hobby partner or family like Sam and Phil? Or is every purchase met with the confusion as to why you are buying toy soldiers? No. It's just disposable income.
As in you dispose of it as fast as possible. Yeah, well, I mean, it's a good point to mention. Sarah, my wonderful wife, who terms and conditions require me to state that she's wonderful. This has been discussed last night over food. Has no idea what all of this hobby nonsense is about. I think the one thing she does appreciate to a degree, I think there's 2 things that help. One is she doesn't actually, she likes the artistic side of it. She sees that and she appreciates that. I think first and foremost, though, she knows it makes me happy. She knows that, for instance, airbrushing has been something close to my heart since I was 8 years old, since I was a young man, and my grandfather purchased my first airbrush for me at a time where neither I nor my family had the money to be able to buy something like an airbrush, and that was an Aerograph Super 63. Which I'm considering just putting in a glass case, but it's just such a beautiful airbrush. And he got me onto the whole sort of artistic side of it and opened that world up to me. So it's just the very act of doing art is very close to my heart, should I say. So, and she appreciates that. But by no means does she think moving plastic things around on a table is a valuable use of time.
No. I mean, we've all got different kinds of hobbies and different things that we enjoy spending money on. Some people enjoy playing golf, and you can easily spend thousands of pounds on a golf membership, golf clubs, and it's basically a couple of guys hitting little balls across a field. Now, I'm not going to judge someone doing that, but we each have our own hobbies, so it's
we do indeed. We all have our own vices.
Yeah, absolutely. Question from where are we? Sorry, Reaper 28. Am I the most requested celebrity guest? You're in the top 5.
I think you are. I mean, certainly if we count your own requests as well.
Yeah, I mean,
that probably puts you into the top two, I would say. So,
yes, definitely.
and thank you, Furious Judge, for explaining that FTW means for the win.
Yes.
I love how you adjusted your acronym for my age. You made it age appropriate. Like, Phil's never going to understand what that means, so I better explain it to him. But so I appreciate that. Okay, Carl M is just saying whether it's 8 or 9 your time, the Saturday shows are great for me to attend. The other shows during the week usually happen while I'm at work. Well, that's I know that Sam certainly moved his Friday show to Saturday. That's his intent. We're trying to balance out content as well. I don't know whether Sam's Saturday show is going to happen every Saturday. I don't know. He doesn't know at the moment. It's about balancing content and time. As you know, primarily the content is produced by Sam by a long shot. I help out with the chats. I try to do things like reviews and battle reports and stuff like that, but I just don't get the desk time, particularly with my back at the moment, just to sit there and get those edits done. So we are having to think about where we put our time and effort. So but certainly there will be more Saturday shows, and I do think a weekend show certainly is a good format for things like these guest shows and stuff like that. Absolutely. So we'll be doing more, and definitely the live gaming. This camera setup, although we've repositioned the cameras, these cameras were bought to see whether the live game was a possibility, and better than the Halloween setup we had, which wasn't quite there. I wanted to improve the Halloween setup. We have improved it. Like I say, I've had to dismantle it to make this happen, but we've had some wonderful donations tonight, so I'll have a word with Sam and see if he'll let me use the money for a new camera. And if that's the case, we're going to be set up for both these kind of multicam, live games. And we've got some fun stuff planned, I think, as well.
Yeah,
so
I mean, we want to make it very interactive as well. So you've seen Phil's awesome hand-built sort of table as well with the TV screen. So maybe incorporate something like that, to improve the aesthetic and the look of the videos that are going to come out. So yeah, really exciting. We're looking to up our game and make things much more smoother, make the gaming much more transitions are very professional looking. So that's the quest. That's the journey.
That's the quest.
We want to get there to that point. So yeah.
So what else have we got next at the moment? Can't just have all that. Sadly, with banking interest rates out now, I'm almost the same return on the investment. I'm lost. I'm lost on what's going off there, but I'm not sure. That's my job to get lost as well.
Just tell her H.G. Wells used to do it. Yes, H.G. Wells used to do it, didn't Abraham Lincoln used to do it?
Surreal says if we were to do a 2 a.m. show, your American audience would go up 10. I think we did try a late night American show once, and you're probably right. You probably need to do it regular, and I think that was the issue. We tried it. I do know right now the Saturday viewing figures aren't as strong as the weekday viewing figures. But that's because we've only done a few Saturday shows, and people need to get to know you're here, don't they, and try you out. Yeah. Saying that, what we have noticed is even people are not watching the live shows live. The actual views of those shows within the first 5-10 days have been growing, which is fantastic, because we're really trying to have a push, if you like, to grow that the YouTube channel as well. So that's all good news as well. Right. Do we need to come back down to, because I don't think we fully covered today's subject, and what I'm going to do is just return back to the community website and let's have a little bit of chat about what this whole thing was meant to be about. So what else have we got going off here then? We've got Chapter Approve on pre-order, and the original title of this show, a mere 1 hour and 23 minutes ago, was to say, what are we expecting from Chapter Approve? So I'm going to start with what I'm expecting from Chapter Approve, and I suppose, and this is some initial thoughts straight off the bat, really. There has been some balancing issues within the Codex releases, and importantly, as ever with these Codex releases, there has been a push to anybody remaining within the index to really feel the pain. So what I'm hoping for, and I certainly think it's their intent, is to greatly improve those factions without their codexes yet. Why am I personally excited about that? Because my Gene Stealer Cult army is coming to completion. And I've already seen from either the information that's been passed around officially and some of the unofficial leaks that I'm certainly seeing points drops on some of my armies.
And on the other side, with all my super heavies, I'm seeing points jumps, almost doubling in price. And again, we've had a chat about that, and we wonder if, is this obviously GW pushing for the apocalypse style and sized games? So it's frustrating that you can't get a sort of a small Titan into your 2,000 point army list, but at least maybe this promotes apocalypse style gaming. So bigger engines, bigger armies, bigger battles.
This is what I like about this setup, Amit, is I can bring the screen up, and I can bring you up, and then I can have a sip of my tonic water.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
That's what I did.
That's very, very sneaky.
Yeah,
that's very good.
yeah.
That's very good.
Because I hate drinking on camera.
I'm going to get one of those hats with the
Very
straws.
professional. Chapter approved. This is one of the other things as well. I'm pretty excited about these little counters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Gadgets like that always get me a little bit excited, I have to say. Probably shouldn't be, but that's good news for me. Also, digital, which is going to be good. Because as you know, invariably I prefer the digital format.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on that?
I am coming down on the side. The thing is, I used to love buying the books, having a physical copy, but after several editions and all that, you just run out of shelf space. And I think getting the digital editions, and my hope is that they're going to update the digital editions with the new chapter approved stuff. So that's my hope. But yeah, I'm coming down on the side of digital editions as well. It's just that much more handier, to be honest, for me.
Hopefully as well, one of the things that GW talk about is obviously the ability to create your own, albeit to a degree potentially open play modifications of the Land Raider, and the fact that they're going to be doing sprues now, weapon upgrades and sponsons.
Yeah. So the vehicle design rules are something that I'm also excited about, and I noticed Reapers has also made a little comment there about Land Raider turns up with brimming with Hurricane bolters. So yes, I've actually got a Land Raider that I've been building that has essentially the Razorback turret mounts, and I've mounted them on there. So what you can do is you can swap out the various Razorback turrets. So if you want 2 lots of twin-linked assault cannons, great. 2 lots of twin-linked las cannons, you want las plas cannon turrets, great, fantastic. So and this is an addition to the standard Land Raider weaponry as well. So I'm looking forward to these vehicle. You can make some ridiculous and overpowered things, but then from someone who gets 3 falchions, could you expect anything less?
I think every word you say, every sentence you say, every word you say, you can simply expect with, and coming from someone who's got 3 falchions, what would you expect?
Yeah.
What would you like to drink? I would like a large gin and tonic. Coming from someone with 3 falchions, what would you expect?
Yeah, Retep 1001, you absolutely were right. You told you before, las cannons on las cannons on las cannons. And you could go even further with adding more las cannons. But yes, absolutely, completely.
We're seeing some exciting box sets for Christmas. I've done some of the math on this. These are ridiculous bargains, which is amazing. Yeah. Have they publicly gone with the price? I'm aware of the price. I don't know whether the price is public yet.
I don't think
either way, if you don't know how much some of this stuff is going for, why did you do that to me, Games Workshop? But the Gene Stealer Cult is there, so yep. Oh, well, there you go. They are, of course, they're on pre-order today. There you go. But
there you go.
Look at that. You know what's annoying is I bought an extra set of those. The main guys here, and it was just so I could do a conversion to put the Patriarch into a throne. And I paid the full price for that unit, which is about half the price of this entire box. So
I like there's a box set, I think, for Stormcast as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think that looks really fun. It is good value for money, so,
There you go,
That's
Stormcast
the one.
Eternals. And again, Sam has just finished pretty much setting up his Stormcast army
Yeah.
when that bad boy comes out. But you take your chances, you rolls your dice.
Yeah, but the thing is, you could wait for these box sets to come out year upon year, and not end up getting your miniatures. So it's great value if you're starting or expanding an army or just adding to your collection. So, and if you add up the individual prices of all the box sets, £100 for these box sets, it just makes sense.
This looks exciting.
Yeah,
for me,
the Siege Arcanites. Yes,
I really want to do Siege, so I'm pretty excited about that. Yes. Whether I'm going to be in a position to do that, I'm probably going to miss that because I've got so much going off with Necromunda at the moment. Yeah, but that's okay. I am fully stocked and ready to make a start on these, and as you know, I've been de-spruing and things like that, so I've been building up the collection. But the other good news is, and this is an interesting one, and a wee tiny admission by Games Workshop here, I think. And as you know, I'm a positive fella, and I've never personally encountered a problem with Purity Seal, but I think I'm one of the few people in the world. So finally, we have a brand new hobby product to help you protect your precious paint jobs from wear and tear. Well, you've had one before. I think it's called Purity Seal. Yeah. But, and this is the important point, this spray has got a satin varnish. Okay. That both protects your models and from handling and events outshine the paint in a consistent appearance. They also said in the magazine, and it doesn't fog,
which they've obviously recognised is a problem with some of the old Purity Seals. So yeah.
So I've noticed that certainly in terms of this post, they've neglected to mention that this one no longer fogs, but which is that
an admission of liability? I don't know.
I don't know, but one way or another, that statement has been removed. I'm very excited to see a new varnish in the realm. I'm a big fan of protecting and varnishing my models, and I actually like Purity Seal. And like I say, I am one of the few people I think in the world that's never encountered the fogging issue. But either way, good stuff. Back to chapter approved a little bit then, because there has been a whole bunch of stuff going off in chapter approved then. So let's just have a look at some of the stuff that we get alongside the book in the Warlord edition. So we've got 24 exclusive mission cards detailing the Eternal War. One would assume this is the larger back here. We've got Maelstrom of War cards. We've got Planet Strike. We've got Stronghold Assault missions from the book. 47 stratagem cards and a whole bunch of tokens and 2 turn and victory point trackers and a pad of 50 army roster sheets. The roster sheets, not so excited about that. Not in the age of apps, not in the age of list building, but people like the pen and paper approach. Yeah. So,
absolutely. And also, I think they miss out the Apocalypse.
Is there a mention of the Apocalypse side of things here? We've got Empiric Storm as well.
Yeah.
Maybe mention on that page, but has it been previous pages, or is that amongst the rumor mills?
Yeah. I remember when they brought out all the chapter approved for the old codexes and all that for specific armies, Legion of Damned and all that, and I do like that. I think I've got the whole old books for that, so I'm liking this whole annual approach to updates and new ways to play. So I'm liking that side of the releases. I'm sure FAQs will come out, as and when they'll continue to update the rules, but I do like this big amalgam of all different ways to play, points changes, things like that, so you can just get an annual update to your favorite sci-fi war game.
Yep, I'm pretty excited to see this as well. Let's just jump over here a second. If we have a quick look at this, then why am I excited about escalated narrative campaigns? As you know, one of the things that the Gene Stealer cult is about, what the push on my Tyranid army and all the rest is to build towards our first 40k campaign. And there's still scenery work to be done and all the rest, but the fact that they're laying down the foundations to be able to build these escalating campaigns, and in particular we're looking at things like obviously Planet Strike, Stronghold controlled assault, unique expansion on stratagems, etc. All of this is going to be good for me to be able to build something that I think is in line with the system, and I think that's what's exciting about this. It feels like when I first started off defining this campaign, and I've been working with Jack on some of the graphics and stuff like that, which is great news. He started to lay the foundations for that. It felt like I had to do a lot of work, and as these releases are coming out, it feels like I've got less and less work to do, and more about picking things from these releases and saying
there's no reason why you can't pick and choose, and you basically hack your hobby to make it fit whatever campaign that you're doing. And you're right. It would be great to do these sort of sandbox campaigns within WGO, and see armies progress along a narrative. So that would be great for also the games that we're hoping to release in the near future. So yes, excited about that. Very excited. Does the chapter approved contain more relics? That's from Reaper. Not sure.
I've not seen any mention of them, I have to say. So if somebody else on the chat has seen mention of them, I'm going to jump back through. There certainly is, of course, the stratagems and the mission rules, etc. I'm not sure I've seen but maybe I'm telling a lie. I think there has been mentions of some relics.
Were they
for
not
some of the non
army specific? Or
yeah, they were, but I could be wrong. I think they're just expanding the stratagems for some of the armies.
And warlord traits, I think, wasn't it, as well, for specific warlord traits? Yeah. So I'm not sure about relics. I'm sorry, I'm not sure about that, but that would be nice for them to do.
We would have been a little bit more versed up on this, but we got excited doing other stuff, we have to say. So I'm just having a quick look now. We're definitely seeing stratagems. We are seeing what looks like psychic apotheosis. So so we're certainly seeing more powers there, but I am pretty certain I haven't seen a reference to a relic yet.
Yeah. I've not seen.
By the way, I love that null tide, which just kills invalid saves. How much fun is that going to be?
How much abuse? Plus what? 3 Colexus assassins as well. Why not?
Oh well, why not?
Right. So let's have a look. See where are the other battle forces? I'm not sure. I think they're pretty. The seasonal releases are good value boxes. Especially compared to paying for them, the individual items. I don't know about the other.
There's definitely been a focus on the start collecting, which, of course, just as a reminder, that's what we're giving away on the YouTube giveaway.
Yes,
is a start collecting box. The premium one, just as a reminder, from a point of view of terms and conditions of the premium giveaway, we said it was a start collecting box and £50 models of your choice. We've changed that to simply £100 of Games Workshop models of your choice, excluding website exclusive. So you could go for one of these battle forces. You can do whatever you want as long as it adds up to £100. As I was saying, for premium members, we kind of thought, what was the point of restricting it at all? So obviously, if someone takes umbrage to that and says, "I'd rather you stick with the original terms," then they can have a starter box and £50 of models.
So it's absolutely
we kind of
flexible.
think opening it up is seems to be the reasonable thing.
Yeah.
For the YouTube one, it seems to make sense to stick with the start collecting. So. So just as a reminder, that is coming to a close. Come the 29th of November, we will be drawing that as well and announcing December's giveaway. So look out for that show, which I think is next Wednesday.
Yes, and also if you want, you've still got time to get in for the giveaway for November. So check out the Wargamer Online website. Sign up to your premium membership and enter both if you want. There you go.
So maybe at 1 hour and 37 minutes.
1 hour 37. Wow.
Maybe we can winding up. Thank you very much, Amit. This has been much easier with the two of us to do this side by side.
Sure.
I definitely want to do more of these, and we'll be talking to some people both local and far away to see if they're willing to do this. And Amit,
Yes.
you're not a million miles away.
I'm not a million miles away, so
So
I'm very happy to help out, Phil. I'll be more than happy to help out again. I did just notice Reaper mention something, and I think it's very important. There is the Warhammer community. They are doing the nominations for your hobby heroes, and I think there's been a post on the Wargamer Online community Facebook page. But if you feel so inclined and feel very passionately about the hobby love that Phil and Sam give you week in, week out, please do nominate them. It doesn't have to be Phil and Sam. You can always vote for Rachel, and that will just really make Sam very upset. But,
yeah, and probably justifiably so.
But please, if you feel that that Sam and Phil are doing this fantastic job, promoting the hobby. You see lots of comments saying, thanks a lot, you guys, for getting me back in the hobby. Really enjoy the tips and the tutorials. So, some recognition from the Ivory Tower in GW would be a fantastic thing. So if you feel inclined, please do nominate them and, show your love and appreciation for all they do. It's nice to have a pat in the back and say, it's very morale building to get that pat in the back and say, good job, keep it going. So thank you.
Absolutely. So if you feel so inclined and if you feel we deserve the accolade of Hobby Heroes, then please do. Nominations would be appreciated. Any kind of recognition of that, if you feel we're deserving of it, certainly would be helpful. And it's a bit like the giveaway. It's one of the best things that we've got back from the giveaway. I think first and foremost, we've had a rise in premium subscription because people have joined that to be part of the £100 giveaway. It's only $2.99 for a 1 month membership, and that puts you into a giveaway for £100. If it continues in the direction it goes, then the December giveaway may be bigger than that, and I'm hoping so. Depends what the uptake like is towards the end and whether people stick around for the December giveaway as well. So it's good to do things where we can give back. But I have to say, one of my favourite things has been where we ask people to simply comment on the video and say, what was your favourite video? And it's been really nice to go through that. And, when people say, this was a video I saw right back in the day and it really made me chuckle and I really love this and I really enjoyed that. And it's so nice to hear that people have really enjoyed the content and engaged with the content. And we've produced well over 400 videos now, I think, and it's only natural that we kind of almost forget some of those things exist. So when you get that coming back in, like Sam's permafrost video, extremely popular, really good basing tutorial.
His
Sam's
edge
Black
highlighting,
Oryx, the Oryx tutorial, which was a brilliant tutorial, was together. So Monday Musings getting a mention and stuff like that, which is inexplicable but also very nice. So it's just nice to get. I think we've got a question actually somewhere amongst all of this. It's from Joan. How can I participate in the giveaway? Well, there's two bits to it. At the start of this, I'll tell you what, at the end of this, when I run end credits, I'll run a little video on how to do the giveaway, just so you've got it. But just to be clear, and I'm trying to find it now.
Thank you, Furious George. She said, so Joan, be a subscriber on the YouTube channel and comment on the YouTube video for the £50 giveaway. If you want to become a premium member, go to the Wargamer Online website. That's www.wargameronline.com. Sign up to a premium membership before end of November. And then you will all be automatically enrolled to November's giveaway. Obviously, if you want, we'd like you to stay, and we want you to stay as a member ongoing. So if you feel that the content, the value is worth your $2.99, please do stay on. There's no obligation for you. You can cancel your membership afterwards if you so wish. So but I think when you see the amount of content there, you see the input that Sam and Phil have put into it, the recent forum that they've developed. I'd be surprised if you leave, but I think I think you'll like it. I'll be
So,
if you like it.
while you were saying all of that, Amit,
Yeah.
thank you very much. I've just put a couple of things in. I brought up a screen of what the video is like on the YouTube one, so that's a comment, and just simply say what your favourite video is, as Amit has just said. And I've just brought up the website as well, so there you go. 2 ways to enter, 2 different prizes, £50 for YouTube, £100 from the premium membership. The odds on the premium membership are much better than the YouTube one, and it's a better bargain as well. And all of those premium members help us do more, and we are eternally grateful for all of that. And it enables us to do all of these wonderful things, like adding the forum, and getting little bits like this going, which is just great fun to do. And we've always been about trying to grow the community. That's what the WGO Hub is about as well, where we've got other YouTubers. I talked about Ulster Nation earlier. Wargamer is on there. And what's really nice about that is, we've got tutorials that for stuff that we haven't had time to cover yet as well. So, there's Wargamer's tutorial on Zangors and all the rest. And in this section here, there's the WGO TV over here, which is all of our content. And in these 3 things here, you can say, what have you got in Warhammer Age of Sigmar? And if you click on that one there, and you can break it down by all of the alliances and those kind of things. But if you do that, you will see things across all of the channels as well. So we've got things in there from Katetsu. We've got stuff in there from the Wargamer. We've got tutorials in there from Ulster Nation. And it goes on and on and on. So that's what we're really trying to do. We're trying to build this big, sort of hub for the community. And adding the forum into that has just made it all absolutely brilliant. So we're pretty excited about all of that. Amit is chuckling away at my side, which means somebody's making funny stuff in the comments. So
Cyril has made a very good comment. A vote for Rachel on the nominations adds 1 more grain of salt to Sam's shaker. So
oh, bless him.
Yes.
That's good tonic water.
It is good tonic water.
Okay. At 1 hour and 45 minutes. We're 15 minutes over the top level, we said. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Thank you, Amit.
Yes, if this video reaches at least 20 likes, I'll come back and do a second video. We'll chat with...
20 likes? How many likes? Yeah. How many likes have we got? That can't be that one.
No, that can't be that one.
This is this one. So, I don't know. I've got the wrong page open.
Have you got the wrong page?
I've got the wrong page open.
Let's make it worth it.
That's the best I can do. It's only like me that would have the wrong page open. I think it was because I was trying to show the YouTube giveaway one. So,
brilliant.
Where are we at on likes? Look at you, you handsome fellow. There you go.
That's tonic talking.
14 likes. We need only... Oh, and 1 thumbs down as well. Thank you very much for that. That's always appreciated when you pop along and
it adds debate.
Well, we are, if nothing else, open to both praise and criticism, because both of them enable us to grow up as a channel. We've got 20 likes. What happened there? 21 likes. Amit, brilliant. You're coming back.
I'll come back.
That's the good
news.
Thank you very much. You're welcome back.
Wargamer Onliners.
We'd have never spoken again.
Brilliant.
So let's just catch up on the last of the chat. Every fan should receive a plane to Bloodraven. Thank you very much, Reaper. We know your love of Bloodraven, so that's good. Coleman says, "Whoa, still on?" Yes, we are. We are indeed.
This was a
still
special.
Oh dear me. Right, okay then. So Jones says, yeah, I'm just new to the hobby and really enjoying so far. If the hobby sticks, I might check out the website. Really appreciate your attention. Oh, thank you very much. Greetings from Spain. Well, greeting back to you. And feel free to check out the website. By the way, you don't have to subscribe to view a whole chunk of content on the website. A whole bunch of it. All you need to do is register. And to use the forum, all you need to do is register. So it's not all premium content. And we've enabled people to kind of quickly filter out the premium content if they just want to see what's available for free. And I think there's a bunch of thanks, and I think we need to say a thank you to everybody else. So maybe, Amit, do you have any final words?
Yes. So start using the forum. Thank you very much for all your support. Thank you for all your subscriptions. Thank you for premium members for supporting the channel. Thank you everyone for your donations. They certainly help in improving the equipment that we use and getting the quality of videos out. So again, thank you so much. Also join us on the Facebook community page, Wargamer Online community. I'm happy to add you and approve your requests, and again, join this friendly community that is very supportive of each other and share your hobby love. Thank you very much.
And before I say goodbye, I'm going to answer one of the last questions. Is there going to be a Christmas show? Yes, there is. We don't know when, where. It's most likely going to be... Well, we do know
Christmas.
where, probably. It's probably going to be here.
Yeah.
It will be in a similar format to the Halloween show. So we are going to have gaming, arguments, teasing of Sam.
Hopefully plenty of tonic water.
Maybe a few more people if we can get enough camera angles set up. One of the great thing about these cameras is we get a much wider angle, so we can cover more of the room and we can get more people into it as well. So yes, expect a Christmas show. And I think that's it. We're going to say good night. And I'm going to say personally a thank you to Amit for coming down, not only appearing on the show, but helping out so much this weekend. And of course, thank you very much for helping out all of these weeks on the chat and all the rest. And I look forward to chatting to you all on the forum, and I will be in touch with all of you wonderful people who have said you're willing to moderate. And one last thing, Grant. Thank you, Grant, for pointing out that the relics are indeed for unpublished codexes. So thank you for adding that piece of detail that we'd failed to cover. So that's great, Grant. And by the way, Grant, hello. So thanks for joining us on the chat. I think that's it. We can go to end credits and call it a night. We hope you enjoyed the show. No, it was a little bit of a crazy one. No, we're a bit giddy, but there's nothing wrong with that once in a while. So have a good hobby weekend all, and we will see you again soon.
Good
Bye.
night. Bye-bye.